I genuinely don't understand why people wait till autumn to prepare for autumn. It's too late. By then, I've already missed the best part. There's like a small window between August and September where two things happen at once. People are still buying summer clothes and shops are still trying to clear out their old autumn winter stock. And this is the time that I make the decisions that will impact my wardrobe for like the next 6 months. Not by shopping first, because I don't actually think shopping should be the first step, but by rebuilding and maintaining the things that I already own. In fact, I think shopping should be the last step. So before anything new comes into my wardrobe, it has to earn its place. So let's start. This might be a little controversial first step because I do advocate for going outside of Pinterest to try and get inspiration. But this first step isn't necessarily about inspo. It's more so about refreshing what you already know. There's this weird thing that kind of happens between seasons for me where I kind of have to reacclimate to the pieces that I wear and my general style in that specific season. That's not to say that my style changes per season, but there's some things that are more season specific and I just need to kind of remind myself of those things. My mood board kind of acts like evidence of myself, and I don't just like to use Pinterest as well. I like to go through like my old pictures from last year of things that I was wearing, because it also reminds me of what I have in my wardrobe. If I skip this step, sometimes I end up shopping for things that isn't me. Then I end up with a version of myself that really does not exist, and that's quite evident when I open my wardrobe. Or things that doesn't really have much of a purpose in my wardrobe. That's how you end up with multiples of things, especially if you have like a strong aesthetic. You tend to sometimes buy the same thing again and again in like different versions. For every season, I create a mood board for autumn, winter, and spring, summer of that year. So if I'm in summer, I don't think specifically, oh, summer. If I see something that I like for autumn, winter that fits my aesthetic, then I save it to that mood board. So this is my mood board, and you can see that it is very obvious the things that I like because I keep repeating them over and over. I do have a lot of similar items in my wardrobe, but you can also see that a lot of the things that I love to wear in spring, summer are some of the things that I still wear in autumn, winter, but just season appropriate. So I love animal print, and you can see there's a lot of this on my mood board. I love texture and I love earthy tones, blacks, moody dark colors. I would say the main thing for me in terms of my style during the colder seasons is outerwear. I'm a big outerwear person. I love coats, so it's always heavy on my mood board. So I'll go through this and I'd pull one or two things that I already have and put them out so that I have them at the forefront of my wardrobe for autumn, winter. I don't spend like a stupid amount of time on this because this is something that I'm constantly doing throughout the year. I go through Pinterest and anything that I like, I save it to my mood board for that particular year. It also shows me things that I'm missing in my wardrobe. A lot of the outfits will have repeated items, and some of these things obviously I already own, but there might be one or two things that I don't have in my wardrobe that I could possibly benefit from with my particular style. So this is the biggest mistake I made last autumn, and it's not putting my pieces on audit. Every piece has to answer a critical question. Would I wear you again? If I have doubts, then it can go. Sounds really simple, but when you put your pieces through that audit, you realize that there's a lot of things that you might be and arming about. If I'm unsure of this is something that I'm going to be wearing over and over again, probably something that doesn't need to be in my wardrobe, especially for someone like me who has very minimal space. This is all the wardrobe space I have. I'll also show you guys how I manage storage in my little space. Luckily, I've been doing this throughout the year, so there's not a lot of things in here that I'm unsure about. So as well as the things that don't make it into my wardrobe, there's also the things that I wear over and over again that needs upgrading. So that could be my basics that are worn out, discolored, I need to basically replace. Let's start with all of the black. So this is fine. These are my flared trousers. Basics is really important for me in the winter time because I layer a lot. So having like a black long sleeve basic is really important. I think this one might be one that needs to be replaced. Yeah, this one seems to be fine. It is a little bit on the washed out side, which I don't mind for like my particular style anyways. I do sometimes just get dye and re-dye all of my black things. Just be mindful of the composition of the piece because some things don't dye, and I had to learn that the hard way. Just checking to make sure it's in good condition. Now this is where I think I could probably replace this. I've been holding on to this for a long time. It's definitely not like 100% white, but I still think I can get a few more wears out of it. Let's keep it. This is a grey long sleeve. It's good for layering. I'm not sure if I like this tone of grey. That is the problem. It's so hard, guys, to know what to keep and what to give away because things are like almost there but not 100%. So this will go in the maybe pile. This will go in the no pile. I have had this for a while, but it is kind of trendy. I think I'm going to montage the rest from here. So these are all the things that I'm going to get rid of. There's two things that I can do. I can either give them to charity or I can sell them on Vinted, which is why this is the perfect time to have your clear out. People are still buying summer pieces and some people are prepping for autumn. So you'll most likely get quite a few pieces sold. Now, I don't think I'm going to put anything on Vinted today. These things, I'm just going to give them to the charity shop. I have a few more things out there that I've had on Vinted for a while that haven't sold yet. So I'm just going to round everything up and take them to the charity shop. There are a few pieces that I am still going to list on Vinted. I don't really get a lot of wear out of this color, so that's why I'm giving this one up. This one is surely for the fit of it. This is also for the fit. This one is a bit trendy. And then this one is actually something I really didn't want to give up, but I feel like the white is completely gone now. I know it's looking really white on camera, but it's looking a bit gray. Now, for my upgrades, I've already kind of pull them and have them hair ready. So I like to get my things tailored as well. I feel like it's the best way to save money and to reimagine a lot of the pieces that you have. So I have a lot of trousers that just don't fit me properly because of my height and my small frame. I have two of these corduroy trousers. They don't have any fastening. They're stretchy waist. The waist is just a bit too big, so I'm gonna get them to take that in. Then I have these pair of black jeans that I got from H&M recently. I didn't have a pair of black jeans for a long time because I sold my last pair because they needed to be upgraded, so I upgraded them to this pair. I'm just going to get them to take it up a little bit. So these are my dark wash oversized straight leg jeans. These are from Arquette. These are some of my favorite jeans, but again, they're way too long. And then lastly, these ones are from COS, very similar to the last pair, but these are a bit more rigid and it has like a slightly different like undertone to the other pair. And then I do have a few work trousers that I need to get tailored also. And then the last thing I want to do is take some of my coats as well to get dry cleaned. So this one is my smoky grey trench. I wore the hell out of this in spring, so I know I'm going to wear it a lot in autumn. I just need it to be dry cleaned because there's a lot of like oils and stuff on it from my body lotion. Maybe the only one that really needs to be dry cleaned, maybe this one, but we'll do that another time. I ain't trying to kill my bank account. I have all the stuff for the charity shop in here, and then I have all the stuff to be tailored in this bag. I genuinely don't know how I'm going to carry so many bags. Let's go. The tailors that I went to couldn't do the elastic in the waist, so I only dropped off the jeans to be shortened, and I decided to DIY the elastic in the waist because I think it's a pretty easy thing to do. So I ordered the elastics from Amazon and I'm just waiting for them to arrive. On my list for today, I'm going to head to the tailors to collect those jeans. I still need to get my trench coat dry cleaned because I forgot to bring it with me when I dropped off the jeans. So when I collect the jeans, I'll just drop off the trench coat to get dry cleaned. I realized as well we haven't really spoken that much about shoes. I like to take my boots to the cobblers as well so that I can get the most use out of them. These are my winter square front boots and they have like these skinny heels. The taps on them are completely gone now, so I'm just going to take them to the cobblers and they add a new pair of tap, but they also like spray the boots as well where it's been chipped and worn away. And then these aren't actually winter shoes, but since I'm going to the cobblers anyways, I have these animal print flip-flops that I've had forever, but the heel is gone, like completely gone. I don't know what I did to them, guys, but I've had them for a very, very long time. These are my Lazy Girl slides. They're basically like super comfortable. Bought these really for convenience, especially when I'm having like ugly days. With winter coming, I still want to be able to wear these, and I've seen a lot of these type of shoes with like fur inside of them. So I bought some fur insoles from Amazon, and I'm going to basically put them in and use them for the winter. I think that this is a great way to repurpose these slides for the autumn winter. And the last thing left to do is to shop. I'm going to start off by replacing some of my basics, like my white t-shirts, long sleeve shirts. I don't think I need like a whole heap because I showed you guys some of that stuff when I was going through my clothes. I think I need to replace a lot of like my white t-shirts and my white long sleeves. I tend to go through those a lot quicker than any other shade because white kind of just loses that brightness that it has, and you just have to replace it. So I'm thinking to head to H&M and to COS because they're the two places that I love to buy those basic pieces from. So I've already picked up the trousers that I wanted tailored, and I forgot to take my coat again to get dry cleaned. So I think that's just going to be a write-off for this video because this is my, what, third attempt now? Everything that I ordered from Amazon's come in now. So I've got the elastics for the trousers. I've got the fur insoles for the mules. Tomorrow I collect my shoes from the cobblers. I'm going to show you guys how I maximize my small space for storage. Let's do that first. This is my corridor. Either side of me is storage. This side is where I keep my heels. This side is where I keep more shoes and a lot of junk. I'm not even going to show you guys this side. But what I basically have is like this shoe rack. I'll show you guys on screen. You can put it at the back of any door. So if you have like a hidden door like this, that's a great way of like having storage. This side I have like a curtain situation here because I actually have an inset. I basically took these wooden rods and I mounted them to the wall. And this is where I store most of my heels. Some of my trainers I store at the top. I have this basket at the bottom which I'm not going to show you guys because there's more like flip-flops, like shoes that are quick to put on and go. And then I also keep like my work bag, my gym bag here, and all of it is like hidden behind this curtain so nobody actually sees what's behind here. Place the curtains here as well so that it's not exposed and messy, and the curtains kind of add a bit of character as well. Behind this door is also an inset, just like where my shoes are. I have one on the opposite side, and I decided instead of putting shoes here, I'd put like coats here because I think that's the thing that I struggle the most to store because it takes up a lot of space. What I actually did was buy these coat hooks from Amazon, and I just mounted them to the wall. I've attempted to put curtain railings in the ceiling but failed. I was trying to use nail glue and that does not work, so if you're gonna try and do this, don't do that. You can also put a curtain across if you don't want it from the ceiling, but I much prefer when it drapes from the ceiling. I feel like it elongates the space a little bit more. Oh my god, that is fucking hilarious. I call this my little Sex in the City rack because it kind of gives my living space that Kerry Bradshaw feel. I can't actually remember where I got this from, but I will try and link it for you guys if you're interested. Love this rack so much because it's so compact. The design is also not an eyesore, so it makes the space look really modern. Here I'm able to put the things that are new in my wardrobe, things that I want to be able to pull really quickly, or things that I want to wear and tend to forget. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I tend to still organize this in color order so it still looks like attractive in this space. Instead of having the fireplace built closed in, I decided to utilize the space that's behind it. Most of my coats are in here, and then I do store like other bits and pieces, like stuff that I don't have anywhere else to store. It's like the perfect space to put my coats because, again, as I said, coats are like the thing that I struggle with the most to store because they're bulky. I might not have tons of like shoes or tons of clothes or whatever, but coats, that's what I have. So this is my current setup. I really wanted to optimize space as much as possible because I'm such a mood person. Every room in my home has to create a mood for me. So although it kind of looks like chaos because it's an open wardrobe, I DIY'd these curtains from the ceiling. This is a recurring theme. I love curtains hanging from the ceiling. Instead of getting doors for these, I decided to get curtains because it just matches my whole aesthetic. It creates this like airy feel to me. My wardrobe is actually from Wayfair, and they're 2 wardrobes combined to make one. They come with curtains already, so I can actually use these curtains. However, I wanted my curtains to hang from the ceiling. I also wanted to maximize the storage that is on top of the wardrobe because these aren't as tall as the IKEA pack system. So I decided to display my nicer bags up here. And if I really wanted to optimize storage, I could have put more storage units at the top. I also got these acrylic risers, and I placed all of my perfumes and my stuff on them. And at the bottom is more like storage, like unit boxes, and I just placed all of my trousers, my knitwear. This side is basically all of my going out or casual clothes. You might look at my wardrobe and think, oh my gosh, she has so much stuff. I really don't. This is predominantly all I own, and the rack that's in the living area. This side is a mixture of workwear and like my longer coat. So this side is like crammed because of my coats. There's a lot of fur coats that take up a lot of space. Below is my shoes. I know you guys are thinking, oh my god, more shoes. These are like my casual shoes. So like my boots, my loafers, my ballet flats, they all get stored down here. And that's how I kind of optimize my storage in my small space. Alright, the stuff from Amazon came in. I decided to go with black fur insoles just because I didn't want them to be too dramatic. These were a little bit big for me as well, so... These are all of my work trousers that I bought recently that I need to put elastic in. I don't really know how to do it, but I'm just gonna have a look at some YouTube videos. I also have this mini sewing kit that I got from Amazon. I'm not no sewer, but I could do a little bit of something. So let's see how this goes.
Fed through from one side seam to the other, all the way through the inside of the waistband.
This is the black pair. I think these ones came out the best, to be honest. Just put 2 slits there, the buttons there. You can adjust it from left or right. I think there's like different ways you can do it, but I did it this way because this is how my jeans are. So you can tighten it from the front or from the back. The only advice that I would give is to give yourself like more room or length at the back, because what happens is that it ruches more to the front than at the back, and obviously you want the ruching to be more at the back than at the front. I probably saved myself like £200 doing it myself. Difficulty, I would say, is probably like a 3 out of 10. It takes a little bit more time than actually being difficult. I ended up only tailoring 2 of my jeans because I felt like the other one looked kind of different if I had it like rolled up, opposed to having like 2 similar dark wash jeans. And the length on these are perfect, honestly. They're not too short either. Like I like a little bit of ruching at the bottom, but not like too much. So if I wear any shoes that has like a little bit of a heel, then it won't be too short. These pair I feel like are a little bit too short, just a tiny bit, and it's not the tailor's fault because I'm the one who measured it. They're the perfect length, which means that if I wear something that has a little bit of a heel, it might be just a little bit short. It's not bad. It's probably off by like ½ centimeter or something, so there's nothing really wrong with them, but I do like the length of the black ones just a little bit more. The best tip I can give when you're getting your trousers tailored is to make sure that you pull them all the way up so that the crotch fits you where it should fit you. I always add like ½ centimeter just in case. I don't just go crazy and buy everything that I want. I like to replace items that are worn, mostly basics of course, knitwears, layers, anything that's part of my basic uniform. All the pieces that nobody really notices until they're completely knackered. I think the wardrobes that look the most expensive are when those things are maintained. I also like to upgrade some of my pieces. I've been browsing around and I haven't really seen any like quality knitwear that I like, and I do struggle a lot when it comes to like tops and knitwear. There is this one pair of khaki trousers that I have been searching high and low for to replace, simply because the quality isn't good and it's now kind of falling apart. So I've seen two on ASOS that I think I'm gonna get and compare them, and they're both made from 100% cotton. I have a pair of these chocolate brown corduroy flared trousers, but I'm putting on a little bit of weight. I absolutely love the shape of these because they're flared. However, I saw these ones on ASOS and I have been stalking this for so long. It finally went on sale, so I think I'm gonna just buy it. I've also been stalking this coat as well from last year. Remember when I said that they sell out the old stock? Yeah, shopping is honestly the shortest part of the process, because by now I already know exactly what I want, and every single purchase has to do a job, even if that job is to elevate my wardrobe. Just because I'm a conscious shopper doesn't mean that I deprive myself of the things that I don't need. I love coats, so I just shop smarter so that I can keep on buying them. I think that's all the shopping done for today. I did pick up a couple other things, so when they come we can go through it all together. I've got my shoes from the cobblers. I just wanted to show you guys what he did because he actually fits them really, really well. The tats were absolutely ruined. He's replaced them. He's also sprayed the boot where it's been chipped away. These are the shoes that I was most excited for because they were completely ruined. I show you guys the heels were like completely gone. He's changed the heels on both of them and now they both have new heels on them. It cost me 30 something pounds to get both shoes done. If I was to rebuy at least one of those shoes, it would probably cost me the same amount. London's been going through such a horrible heat wave recently, so I'm not wearing any makeup or anything. The only things that I don't have is my white basic t-shirts from H&M, but I don't think you guys need to see that. I will link them down below though if you are interested. So I'll start off with all the tops that I got. ASOS is usually like my go-to because it has like loads of different brands on there. They do next day delivery. I only got two tops from ASOS. One is this white, well it was white online but it's very much cream in person. This is from the ASOS design range and it's a Henley in the size small. It's made from this thick stretchy ribbed material. The only thing that I'm a bit disappointed with is the color. I wanted something that was crisp white, but this is fine anyways. It will fit into like my wardrobe really naturally. I have a couple of these now in my wardrobe and I know that this silhouette works for me, and I don't have a grey basic top, so this was perfect for my wardrobe. All of the other ones are from Weekday. This is from Bershka I believe, and this is in their teen section. I got this in the size small. Moving on to trousers, I picked up 3 different trousers. The first one is these chocolate brown corduroy trousers. These are from Topshop and I absolutely love Topshop because I know the quality is going to be good. Apart from the fit and the material, what I really love about these trousers is that adjustable bit at the back, so it means that I can pull it in if I put on or lose weight. It also means that I can wear this high-waisted or low-waisted. I have a pair of trousers that are very, very similar to this and it really needed to be upgraded. These are the 2 khaki green trousers that I bought to compare. This one is from the ASOS design range. I actually really love the fit of this because it's high-waisted. The front bit isn't elasticated but the back is. It also has these drawstrings and buttons so that you can adjust it to your waist. The last pair is from Bershka and they're a lot thicker than the other ones. These ones are low-waisted though, but it does have the drawstring at the front as well, so you can adjust. It doesn't have a button like the other one. And I think on the website these are described as balloon leg, but I don't feel like they fit like balloon leg. To me they fit like wide leg. And when comparing them, if I'm being honest, I can't really pick which one I prefer because I do like the fit of this one. I love the fact that it's high-waisted, but I really hate the sound of it when you walk, and it's also not as thick. This one, I really love the fit of this one as well. I love the fact that it's thicker. The only thing that I don't like about this is that it's low-waisted. Fleeces are so underrated for like autumn winter. They're like the perfect thing to layer underneath stuff, especially if you're wearing like a statement coat or if you're going to the gym. These are like the perfect pieces to have. I think I really got a good deal on these. I got 2 Columbia fleeces, which is usually on the more pricey side. This one I paid £15 for, which is insane. And then this one, which has more of a boucle material, is I think 20 something pounds. This one is actually from ASOS design and it's in this chocolate brown shade. Material of this first one is definitely more fleece-like, and then the other 2 have this boucle material. This looks more boucle than this one though. This is definitely a gap that I filled in my wardrobe. My statement piece, which is my guilty purchase, is this beautiful coat. It has like this trench-like shape, but it is a lot thicker than a trench. Inside is padded, so it's going to keep me really nice and warm. This is from Topshop and I got it in a size medium. I always go up a size in like my long coats because I love that oversized fit, and it allows me to layer underneath, especially with knitwear that gets really bulky. I'm really happy with all the purchases that I got. I just feel like having a better wardrobe doesn't necessarily mean buying better clothes. It's really about making better decisions on maintaining the wardrobe that you already own. Obviously that's made a lot easier when you have a strong sense of personal style. That means looking after the pieces that are worth keeping, letting go of the ones that aren't, buying with intention, repeating outfits, and just generally maintaining the wardrobe that you already have. Whether that looks like going to the cobblers, going to the tailors, DIYing it yourself, keeping an audit of your wardrobe so that you're not constantly buying things you already have, but also not depriving yourself of things that you actually enjoy, but making sure that when you are buying these things that you're doing it with intention. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will leave all the links in the description box down below, and I will see you guys in another one.